Hello everybody, my name is BearCozy, and today we are actually working on the energy expenditure event. And this event is very good for a couple of reasons. Not only get all of the rewards, but to also get the much needed glyphs, or at least in my case, that is what I do, and that works out fantastic for me. So if it's your first time here and you don't know me, my name is BearCozy. I like to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos. I like to make account progress videos, and I like to show what's going on. I like to have fun. And I like to have a good time. So here's what we're doing today. Since today is the energy expenditure event, let's go ahead and look at that, the energy cost event. For some reason, I always call it energy expenditure. There's a few things that you can do to max this out. Now, this event is fairly easy, and you can see I just started working on it not too long ago. I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay because there's plenty of time. If we look at the event calendar, there's plenty of time to complete it. And then, of course, right after we have the hero promotion event. So usually when the energy cost event is going on, the absolute best thing to do is to look at the event calendar and prepare accordingly. And in my case, what I do is I actually go and farm glyphs. So since there are still 2 days left and then we have a hero promotion event right after, what I usually do is I go through and I look at the heroes that I need glyphs. I look at heroes like Scarlet, who is not finished, and then I will go through, I look at heroes like Urzag as well. Urzag's coming along very nice, as you can see. He is almost done. And then what I will do is I will actually, let's go back to Scarlet. I think I was working on Scarlet, and then I was working on Lightwind Zack, which is really cool. I ended up pulling him not too long ago. Haven't built him yet, struggling for resources, but I will get there. So the absolute best thing to do, in my opinion, during the energy cost event is, of course, farm glyphs. And that helps with a couple of different things, right? The first thing is, the event is actually based around the energy cost, energy expenditure. That is why I call it energy expenditure. And the more energy you expend, the more energy you use, the faster you get the rewards. So that is the first thing in the event. The absolute second thing that I really like to do is I like to turn on my double experience. We're going to go ahead and confirm the double experience while we're farming for glyphs, while we're using our expenditure, while we're using our energy to farm the rewards, which are going to be really nice, and we'll talk about those at the end. We'll grab a couple of things from the bartender. So the double boost experience is actually really nice. That helps a lot. And then, of course, what we are actually doing here is we are actually farming glyphs, because coming up next is the hero promotion event, which is very soon. And we know that because we prepared ahead of time by looking at the event calendar. And we know that the hero promotion event is coming up. So this is the absolute best time to farm glyphs. And that is exactly what I'm doing. And I rotate stages so I don't get bored. I rotate between farming level 4 glyphs and farming level 5 glyphs. And that kind of helps me. I'll do a few 10 runs on level 4 glyphs. And then I'll do a few 10 runs on 5s. Now right now, I did not get a glyph. But as you can tell, let's run one more. Then we'll go back and we'll look at the glyphs. And so what I'll do is I'll just go through. This is my normal team. These heroes have the best gear right now, which is pretty good. I use them everywhere. I just made a showcase on Zatlux. Zatlux can farm all of these stages by himself, and I showed that off. We farmed a little bit of Void Tower. We farmed a little bit of Adventure, and he actually does really well. And depending on the gear, you can take him pretty far. My Zatlux does fall off a little bit in Mythic Campaign Chapter 8 midway through, because his gear is not great, but it is pretty good. So right now, as I mentioned, I am doing multi-runs in Adventure, and I am going through and I am upgrading glyphs. Now, depending on which hero I want to build, those are the glyphs that I'll work on. I am still working on Scarlet. Scarlet is actually really good. As you could see, she's missing a few glyphs, but I believe I was working on either Urzag or who else did I have here? I was working on somebody. I was working on Lightwind Zack. This is the guy that I was working on, and as you could see, I got quite a bit of scrolls here. Enough. I try to get enough for a couple of heroes. This one is only 13 out of 10. That one needs a little bit of work. That one is the same. I am going to need some more Titans. So what we can do is we can look at this, and as you're looking at glyphs, if you don't know, which you should by now, you can click on this. You can click on the actual glyph scroll picture, and that'll show you all the places that you have made it to, all the places that you progressed to, and that'll show you where they are all available. I haven't made it to Adventure Night 4. I really don't care. I keep forgetting about it, but I probably should. And then what I'll do is I'll click on that. That'll take me right to it, and then I'll farm the glyphs. So that is really cool. And then, of course, as I'm farming the glyphs, not only am I getting ready for multiple heroes, I try to get enough glyphs for at least 2 so I can level at least 2 heroes, 260, and that way they are all set. One of the things that I really do not like is leveling somebody to 60 and then I gotta work on their glyphs, and it's such a pain in the butt. It's a lot easier and it feels a lot better to prepare ahead of time. And as I've mentioned, we can do that by clicking on the events tab, looking at the event calendar, and I know that the hero promotion is coming up in a couple of days for me, and we do have a few days. And then we have a gear enhancement event. So right as I am working on the hero promotion event, working on maxing that out, I am going to be getting the rewards for that. While I'm doing that, I'm also going to be running dungeons, getting prepared for the gear enhancement event, thinking 2 steps ahead and trying to get ready. We have the hero promotion, we have the gear collection, and then we have the gear enhancement. So right now we have lots of things to do. There are 3 events coming up. So keep an eye on this event tab. And then of course, as we're completing the event, right now the energy cost event, it's coming along very nice. I'm just going to let them run a few more 10 multis and this should be complete. And then when we're done, we can always claim not only the Stardust, but I really like to get these event points. If I don't get anything else, I like to get these event points because if you talk to the bartender, you can actually get yourself Aurak, and I've mentioned this very many times. You go to the event shop, grab yourself Aurak, he costs 600, and I have got myself 5 or 6 copies of Aurak just by doing this. It does take a little bit, but I'm playing anyway, and I might as well play. And I think right now I'm at the point where I can actually start buying the advanced summoning crystals, which is going to be really, really nice. So being a very low spend player, this should help me get some more advanced summoning crystals since I no longer need any more copies of Aurak. And this is going to be really, really nice. So what I'll do is as these come in, I'll rotate between the summoning crystals and the 5-star pumpkin. The pumpkin is very, very expensive. It's a lot easier in my opinion and a lot better to go farm the experience needed to make a hero into a 5-star pumpkin to sacrifice to level somebody to 60, because you get the loot, you get the gold, and then of course you end up getting the experience and you get the much needed glyphs. So for me, it's a lot better to just go farm enough experience to make somebody into a pumpkin. And then when I'm ready, I can actually come down here and I can actually use one of these 4-star goblins and I can use one of these 4-star heroes to actually upgrade. As you can see, I have a couple of 40s. I have a couple of foodies already at 40, and when the hero promotion event goes on, I can just use a couple of these guys and get him right to 50. So that is what I'm working on now. I'm thinking 2 steps ahead, and in my opinion, the absolute best thing to do when the energy cost event is live is to go ahead and farm yourself adventure and get yourself not only the much needed glyphs, but then of course you can get yourself the double experience. And as you can see, I got 5 minutes left. And you can even get the gear that drops and either discard it, or if you're early in the game, you can hold on to the gear. Any 5-star gear that drops, save it, level it a little bit, and that should give you a little bit of gear so you can start working on your dungeons. So there it is. There's the video on the absolute best thing to do during the energy cost event. In my opinion, this is what I like to do. I like to prepare ahead. And for me, it's been working out really well. I found a very nice groove with it, and I'm just staying in the flow. So if you like this video, leave me a nice comment below. Hit that like button so the video can reach more people like you. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.